delayed gratification. And each week I come out here and I think, man, what's going to be different this week? You are the person that is responsible for your success or your failure. Sometimes on days like this, we're just trying to get through the day. You know, I oftentimes compare myself a lot to other people, especially other athletes. Hey guys, so it's a couple days later after the triathlon. That I did my first ever triathlon, Olympic distance, the Onion Man triathlon. And so I guess, you know, should tell you kind of how things went and kind of what I was thinking. To start off with the kind of getting there and the swim, was a little bit rushed. Didn't have a whole lot of time, but had enough time. You know, got in a little bit of a swim warm up, and you know the water was all right. You know, it was definitely, you know, I think it was around like 60 degrees. And the swim course was kind of like you swim out and then you swim in like a circle or like a triangle and then you swim back. And so there's a lot of turns, and it was my first open water swim, of course, like with other people. I've done some open water swimming before, but not really, not like this before. And so I was just trying to, the goal for the swim was just to kind of, you know, get through it kind of, and not really get through it as smoothly as I can. And honestly, it wasn't too hard at all. It was pretty easy, and I felt like I did an all right job. It was my biggest, you know, mistakes were definitely in like sighting and in like finding good lines and like trying to stick near people. The wetsuit made it a lot easier to swim, of course. You know, my swimming's not super great, but definitely did probably about what I'd expect. Swam about like 25, 26 for the 1500 meter. And that's kind of how things went. I think, you know, I felt all right. You know, getting out of the water was definitely really lightheaded and pretty dizzy, so that was a little bit of an obstacle. And heading into the bike, I didn't really know how many people were in front of me, but, you know, I was feeling pretty relaxed and like, I don't know, I was just like, you know, whatever. And got onto the bike, and I think like the fastest person swam maybe like 5 minutes faster than me. And so I wasn't like too far away, but they were definitely not like the first place guy wasn't too far away from me. And now getting onto the bike, I was on a road bike, of course, and now this being a non-drafting race, like I definitely lost I lost most of the time, most of my time on the bike because of just aerodynamics, and definitely made up some time on the hills. There's a few hills, but not enough for it to kind of even out. And especially on the downhills, I lost a lot of time. Definitely lost a lot of time to the guy up front, but you know, I was trying to stay as aero as possible, and I was starting to get I was definitely starting to get really sore in my lower back, and and my left leg was kind of really starting to bother me a little bit, but it wasn't super difficult of a ride. It was definitely well within kind of what I was capable of, and didn't really, I don't think I could have gone much faster. I think I went about as fast as I could expect. And then, man, transition from bike to run was pretty not the best. Almost crashed because it was like this weird section and I was going in it kind of too fast. And yeah, so anyways, made it into the run, bike run T2, and transitioned pretty well into the run, and I was still feeling pretty good. And honestly, like my feet were a little like numb, but that was fine. And I had my watch, but I honestly it didn't work, so I didn't know how fast I was running, and I was just kind of going off of kind of what felt pretty sustainable and felt pretty good, and kind of just ran the whole run like that. And I just started passing people pretty immediately, and I passed pretty much everyone even before like halfway. I think it was definitely before 3 miles. I think it was around like 2.5 miles. I passed almost everybody except for the guy who was in front. And now the guy who was in front, he had the fastest bike split, and I think I was like close to like 8 or 9 minutes down, going into the run. And that is just like obviously I'm not going to make up that big of a deficit. So after that, and I saw him on an out and back, and yeah, that was pretty much that. Like the last little bit, kind of just made sure to finish because I was starting to my left kind of like quad was cramping up a little bit, but I was feeling like I did a pretty good job with everything, and I'll put up my splits and everything, but I ended up running like a 34:19 for the 10K, which I honestly I did not even feel like I was running that fast, and I think it's just like I was honestly probably the most surprised by that, and like really happy with that because I really have not been like doing a whole lot of like speed training, or I haven't done anything on the track at all, and so that was pretty good, and to know that like I definitely have like a solid I definitely have a lot more there, like I don't know, at least like 30 seconds there to go faster is pretty cool. So, and in terms of like, I don't know, like I think I did nutrition all right. Tried to stay hydrated. It wasn't like a super hot day, but I'm kind of coming from colder climate, so like 60 degrees and sunny was like pretty, was kind of warm, but like also like perfect. And yeah, I think that's like it was a really good experience. It definitely helps that like I got a pretty good result, and yeah, I think that like moving forward, it's definitely like moving in the right direction. This is kind of like the first step, and I kind of had to see like if doing like triathlons was actually something that I was interested in doing, and I think that it's definitely like there's definitely something there, and I'm just happy and like to be able to kind of spend so much time in preparation for something that I didn't know was maybe or maybe not going to happen, or when it was going to happen, to be able to like prepare myself for something and perform pretty well. And And yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that, and it was awesome. Lots of room for improvement, especially on the swim, but definitely going into these next couple of months, kind of my plan heading off into the future is I'm definitely going to be taking June a little easier. I just need a little bit of more of a mental break from just a lot of, like just training so consistently, and also just from like school and stuff. Just gonna take a little bit of a break. Still gonna train, but just not anything like too structured. And then we're gonna come back in July, and definitely gonna kind of get back into things a little bit. And I think that in August I'm going to target a state championship, or like a state or a national qualifier, so I can try to get into age group nationals. And I think that's kind of what I'm looking for the next few steps. And yeah, well, I'll kind of see what happens. And I'm just super happy to finally get the ball rolling. And yeah, and it's just, I don't know, it's just so much like, I don't know, good, low stress, and I don't feel any pressure or anything to have to perform a certain way, other than maybe some pressure of my own, and of just like not wanting to waste all my time with anything that doesn't resemble like maybe a decent performance. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's kind of all I got. I think I kind of covered everything. It was an awesome experience, and it was like a big enough race, but not too big to where it's like overwhelming, or I think it was just like, it was a good place to start. And I guess things just kind of worked out good, as I guess sometimes they tend to. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of my rundown of my first experience, and hopefully we have so many more.